the hate army troll.
It's the hate army,
bro. Hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout
hate
out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out
Shout
for
out to
hate.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for
Shout
hate.
out for hate.
Good morning, everyone. Well, today's my final streaming day of the week, and I had some interesting topics lined up for today's show. Notably, I wanted to talk about the positivity around new engagement and things that have been happening here on the channel recently. Unfortunately, it's not looking like we can talk about that today, because after having only owned a gaming PC for about a week, I got a problem already. Windows Update ran last night, and I'm thinking everything's fine. Why wouldn't I let it? I boot up the PC this morning. I go to change the LED lights in the PC to actually match my setup, which I'm doing like a sky blue today. And as I'm doing this, I get a giant error message. Oh, I can't access the driver anymore. What? And it just sits there in a loop, endlessly saying, error, can't access the driver anymore for this. So my PC is currently stuck all green. I can't change the color or configuration or even the way the lights move whatsoever. Essentially, it's kind of broken. And I obviously need to fix this. And the only way I'm going to do it is with your help. So it looks like today's podcast is a tech troubleshooting podcast to get this working. Whether we fix it or we revert Windows so it works before they changed something, whatever it is, we got to get that worked out today. Now, depending on how fast we work that out, then we could figure out what it is that we have time for on today's show. All right? So I apologize that I'm already frustrated before we've even started. Obviously, that wasn't the intention, but there's not much I can really do about it. This is literally one of the reasons why I stayed a console gamer as long as I did, because not even a week in, already a stupid problem rears its head, and there's nothing I can do about it besides look to you guys for help. So I'll be right back with a tech support episode of the Level 1 podcast. All right, so to be quite frank, before we even jump into anything on this show, we should do this, right? I hope that there's some people in the chat that were talking. It seems like they kind of know how to help. So I want to show you. Let's do this. Let's just do it. Let's jump right into it. Okay, everybody? So let's go to my desktop. All right, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So here we are. I'm just going to get rid of this border. Okay, this is my desktop on my computer. Hey, enjoy your ban. And seriously, I mean it. Anyone who's going to come in here and be toxic and negative, just get banned now and speak up so I can ban you now so I don't have to listen to you ever again, you fucking toxic retards. Seriously. I'm just tired of these fucking people coming in here and saying this stuff. Like, why don't you do this before the stream? Why don't you do this? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're a waste of life.
You should kill yourself now.
No one cares about you.
And fucking bitch, and complain, and fucking bitch to me, to your priest. Fuck it.
Shut up. Stop. Okay. We good? Okay, yeah, I look good now, right? All right. Right. Look at this. What is this hair? Why won't this hair stay with the other hair? Stay with the hair. Stay up there. Stupid hair. Okay, anyway. Well, now that we spent 40 minutes doing that, welcome to the Level 1 podcast, everyone. Thank you to everyone who just helped me. I really do appreciate that. As you know, I'm computer illiterate at this point. I'm so out of date with modern technology. So I've been around for 16 years as a YouTuber. When I started on YouTube, everything was positive. Like when you uploaded to YouTube, people were like super grateful that you were uploading free content that they could watch. And when they would leave comments on your videos, literally it would be like, thank you so much. Wow, this video is awesome. You know, this is excellent. Like nice compliments, like gratefulness of you uploading. But what ended up happening was for me, over the years, because of the negative trends that turned towards me, I would argue probably around the years 2014, 2015, overwhelming amount of negativity started being put on my videos. People would just literally not even watch a video, but they would thumb it down. Okay? They would leave only toxic negative comments on the videos. Okay? And this became a trend because there used to be a video series on YouTube called This Is How You Don't Play, where my detractors essentially would take clips of me not doing well in games, you know, messing up, making big mistakes and stuff like that. And they would only highlight the mistakes. They would never show when I did well in a game or the good parts. They would only highlight the bad parts. And what would happen is people would then leave increasingly negative, risque comments on my videos in the hopes that when they were making a "this is how you don't play" about that particular playthrough, they would farm the comments for toxic, negative things and then put them in their videos. So imagine if you said something bad about me and you had a chance to be highlighted in someone's video that got hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube. It was almost like a contest, okay? So people were actually literally competing to say the nastiest thing about me or my family or my gameplay. It wasn't just me. They would be doxing. They would be saying racist things. Absolutely awful things, right? Awful things. And it was really messed up. It got to the point, all right, where around, I think it was around 2016, 2017, the comments got so bad on my videos on YouTube, all right, that literally it was like 98% of the comments were my trolls competing, saying disgusting things to get into a "this is how you don't play" video, a detractor video, and only like 1 or 2% of the comments were from my fans. And my fans actually contacted me, some of my long-standing fans, and said, "Phil, at this point, we just think you should close comments because you're literally not getting anything positive anymore. And because of that, your fans are actually like starting to gravitate away from your content. Like, we don't want to go to your content, go to watch your video, click the comment section, and it's literally like insanely disgusting, vile, insulting, racist, sexist, doxing, messed up, toxic comments." So I did. Around 2017, I turned off comments on my YouTube videos, okay? So you might say, well, why am I telling you the history of this? Well, because basically what happened was about 2-3 years ago, I found out that YouTube had instituted a new change. They had made it that now you could have YouTube comments be held for review. So by having that system in place, which I didn't know had been in place, then you could actually have people submit comments. And if these trolls and idiots submitted toxic comments, I could just block those people and I could publish all of the actual constructive, engaging, real comments on my content. So I started doing this like 2-3 years ago, and a lot of people didn't know at first. And then I kind of publicly announced it. So I've had very limited comments on my videos because a lot of people don't want to wait to see their comment published. They want to see it go right away or whatever. But it's really the only way that I've been able to have comments on my videos. If I just had open comments, people would just go crazy. These trolls would come in with hundreds of bot comments, insulting comments. It was really disgusting. But now what's happened is in this last week, since you guys from Kino Casino have come over to help watch and engage with the content, which I really appreciate, you guys have started leaving legitimate, positive comments. And as you've been doing that, I've noticed that you guys and your comments have far outweighed any negative comments in my content. Far outweighed. You guys have been coming in. Every video is getting a bunch of nice comments, and you guys are engaging with each other, having conversations. You're liking each other's comments. This is the kind of stuff I could never get. If one person would leave a positive comment, everyone would thumb it down and say, "Fuck this guy." I'm serious. Like they were toxic assholes. But the positivity and the newfound, viewership and engagement I'm getting is legitimately helping this channel in a very good way. Most of my videos are getting massive thumbs up. Most of my videos are getting tons of comments. Just for example, the Mr. Medicare highlight video from last night, currently sitting at, hold on, I'm going to refresh it. Currently sitting at 1,400 views and climbing, has over 130 likes, and has over 40 comments on it. So by the way, just so you know, I've turned the comments back on. The comments are on my videos. You can comment freely however you like. I do have it on, if people say like extreme things, YouTube will hold the comment for me to review. So if you're dropping giant F-bombs and things in the comments, it's going to maybe hold your comment. And I'm not saying I won't even publish it, but usually that's good. If some idiot is going in there to say something gross or toxic, it'll catch it. So I still have to manually review a few comments a day. But for the most part, guys, the comments are open and you guys are being absolutely amazing. I'm getting comments on every video. I'm getting likes on every video. Really, it's amazing. I haven't seen this. I mean, I know this sounds silly. You're like, wait, You're actually like thinking that comments on YouTube videos and likes on YouTube videos are a big deal. They are for me. You have to understand that for the greater part of a decade, all I've gotten is thumbs down and toxic comments on my content. Even though I have legitimately positive viewers, they were never able to really participate. It was really messed up. You know, and now it's changing for the better, mostly because of this new attitude that people are having toward me. And it's a really awesome thing. And I just want to say to all of you, thank you. I am grateful, and I'm sure the existing DSP gaming community and also now DSP Reacts, we're all grateful because we have just been sitting here enjoying each other's company as I made content for a decade, but we couldn't actually actively celebrate because there were so many toxic people bringing us down. And I mean, what could I do? Yeah, I can't stop people from being gross and toxic. So we kind of, you know, now the positive is far outweighing the negative, and I'm seeing a huge turnaround. I'm seeing so many more positive comments, everything. Like I said, you guys have really helped me this week. And if we keep this momentum going, we're about to head into the busiest gaming season of the year, right? We're going to have Black Myth Wukong, Star Wars Outlaws, the Black Ops beta, the new Warhammer game. There's so many games coming out. You know what? Just to give you guys a summary, we'll go through it. But basically, if you guys are along for the ride with me during this content, and we have this positivity going, I'm not kidding you, for the first time in so many years, this channel might actually start hitting the algorithm and getting attention. And that's the problem. I've never been able to hit the algorithm in many, many years because there's so much toxicity towards the channel. You know, YouTube will just not, sadly, it won't favor a channel that gets a ton of negativity on it. And this is amazing, you know? It feels so different. I'm amazed that now I just look at what the hell. In 1 week, the turnaround has been astounding because of you guys, and I really appreciate you. NB says, can we remove some chips for the detractors and trolls getting felted? The King's Redemption is not. I mean, and that's the other thing too. I've always said this. This is something I've always said in my content. If you're going to support me or this channel, do it to support the content. Don't do it because you want to stab back at the detractors and teach them a lesson. Do it because you actually like me and my content, because that's the kind of support that I cherish. People who actually are here to just have a good time. If we ignore those people, they won't affect us. The problem is people put too much weight on them. But you're right, an inadvertent side effect of all of this positivity coming to my channels and my content in the last week is that they are seething. They are basically finally getting the mirror turned on them to see what losers they are and how toxic they are and the harm that they have done to innocent people in the last 10 years for no good reason besides their own personal gain. And it's amazing that now the tides are turning not by any action of mine. What have I done besides just been myself, right? It's kind of the same thing with Rich. 10 years Rich bullied me. 10 years he made me his whipping boy just because he was bigger than me on YouTube. And he felt that it didn't matter what he said or did or how he hurt me, that as long as he made money and got over, he didn't care. Well, guess what? Now that Rich has been thoroughly felted, as they say, now the detractors are getting that treatment. People are looking at him like, what, are you crazy? Yeah, wait a minute, you actually are. Like, you actually thought that this was legitimate shit? It wasn't. You were making shit up for a decade. You were over-exaggerating. You were acting like, you know, a molehill was a mountain just for your own personal benefit. And now people are, for the first time, looking at it and saying, no, this is ridiculous, you know? And then they come to the channel and they hang out with me like, this is fun. This is a cool place. I don't know why I wasn't here all along. It sucks that I was told so many negative things about Phil. Now I just come by and hang out with him and we're having a good time together, right? And I'm really enjoying the ride. I think I'm upgrading my barn to get pigs and stuff now. You know, people are already asking me, what's the next thing you're going to do with Kino Casino? And I understand a lot of people are excited for that. They want to see me do more stuff with those guys. I totally get it, right? I totally get it. But that being said, I also don't want to rush into the next thing. I'll just say this. We're already in talks. We already have some ideas. And we're talking back and forth a bit about what the next thing could be. It's a shame it couldn't be something with Medicare because he's you know, sick. But we're going to see. So I'll let you know. We are discussing it right now, like what the next steps are. and we'll go from there, and I'll let you know if and when we have plans for something concrete. I don't want to keep you guys, oh, he's doing, I don't want to say we're doing something when we're not. I don't know yet, right? But I'll absolutely let you know when we have something planned. It's like I said, I'm okay with doing more stuff with those guys, but not every single week, you know what I mean? I feel like I don't want to do it too often because then it's going to feel like we're doing so much together that it's not special anymore, right? So we'll see, and I'll let you know when there's an update on that, okay? My goal for today is $50 in tips on this stream. That's what I aim for pretty much every stream, is to raise like around $50. So if I can hit that today, that would be outstanding. Thank you, guys. Now that you and Kino Casino made up and it worked out, I don't know about us making up because I previously I didn't even know who they were. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know who those guys were. So it's not like we made up or anything. There was no feud or quarrel, right? So I don't really know what you mean. Maybe you mean because they used to talk badly of me and now they praise me, which, by the way, is part of the whole shtick. You understand? That they call it glazing. The overglazing of me, the king, is part of the shtick that upsets my detractors, and that's why they're doing it. Get it? Anyway. Oh, shit, I deleted hold on, undo. I deleted the email before I read the rest. He says, would you consider a video with 2D streams? You're both cool guys, and the two of you in a video would be a lot of fun. You think that 2D streams is a cool guy? If you think that Doody is a cool guy, I think you need to reevaluate your judgment. You need to possibly talk to a psychiatrist about why you think that someone like that is a cool guy. All right? That's all I'm going to say. Let's continue. I received $1. And by the way, yes, I pronounce it Doody for a reason. Okay? There you go. If any more contributions come in, I'll shout them out. And again, my goal today is $50. It would be great if we could hit that sooner rather than later. Then I literally don't have to keep mentioning it the whole stream. Okay. Automata says, I'm happy to see outsiders are now seeing how great the content is. Why'd it take so long? I think it's two factors. Factor number one is that because I am such a long-standing YouTuber, right, that a lot of people just by default think, oh, he's a relic, right? There's no way that he could be pertinent in the modern day. There's no way that his content could be good. In fact, that's really what a lot of people's public perception of me is that I've been around 16 years, but I'm still that guy who does raw, uncut playthroughs. They don't know I do a podcast. They don't know that I do other content other than just the raw, uncut playthroughs. They don't know I'm an interactive streamer. They don't know anything. They think that my camera quality is terrible. They think my gameplay is terrible. They haven't checked out any of it. Do they know that I have a bunch of characters in Master Rank in Street Fighter 6? Do they know that I just beat the Shadows of the Erdtree DLC legit in Elden Ring without a cheesy build? Do they know that in the last, 5 to 10 years, I've dramatically changed who I am as a person and a creator, and that my content is dramatically different? No, they don't know that. They've just heard the negative things, and that's the public perception is off, so no one comes to check me out. Now, on top of that, okay, there you've got the detractors who are constantly putting out negative videos about me, and all the videos are always spinning that same kind of misinformation, saying a bunch of nonsense that's not true, because the more that they push that, okay, the more that they push that, essentially, they make money. They monetize videos about it. They bring people to their streams about it, their restreams and shit, all that, all of it. So their narrative is the one that's at the forefront at all times. Who's going to check out my content? Now, the funny part is there have been people who every once in a while come in here and they do give me a shot. And when they do, all right, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Feels nothing like what those people said, right? Like you would think, if you listen to my detractors, that today in the hour and 10 minutes I've been broadcasting, that I would have mentioned contributions 17, 18 times and yelled at all of you for not hitting a contributions goal so far. How many times have I mentioned it? Once. I get you to count twice because I'm saying it again right now. And I'll mention it a few more times over the day. And that's it. I don't sit here talking about it all day. I don't want to sit here talking about it all day. It bothers me. I want to make content. I want this to be a fun, interactive, social session where we all get something out of it. it's not just about making money. In fact, if I never had to mention this, I never would. And I mean that too. If literally it wasn't so important that I try to hit a goal every stream, I would never mention it. Did you know that before I became an interactive streamer that had to ask for contributions, I pretty much never mentioned stuff like that at all? I didn't do all the things other content creators were doing. I was just making a living on ad revenue. It was when the ad revenue went away because of my detractors, okay, that I had to now focus more on raising funds on stream, and I started talking more about public contributions. If my detractors did not destroy this YouTube channel about 10 years ago with false copyright strikes, I would not have had such a dip in popularity, and I wouldn't have ever had to become an interactive streamer that asks for contributions. So the reason that I have to ask for contributions is because of my detractors, but now my detractors are angry that I ask for contributions. I want you to think about that hypocrisy and that cycle. They create the bad situation, they create the misery, but then I do something different to adapt to survive. Well, they don't like that either. Well, you created that situation. I could have been fine just making on-demand videos forever. You fucked with my livelihood, so I had to change to survive, and now you don't like that I changed either. So then you're just never happy. You're always moving the goalpost, right? That's why people don't understand that my content is good. They literally just hear Phil's always bad. No matter what he does is bad. His content's bad. His personality's bad. Everything's bad. He's constantly doing awful things. But then people now, for the first time, are coming from a different source who said, hey, go check out Phil. You're checking me out. And you're like, wait, none of that shit was true at all, right? Maybe every once in a while it's a little annoying that I mentioned something, right? But there you go. That's right. Cypress TV says, I even remember you outright told everyone you do not accept any donations before 2014. It wasn't until I moved out here 10 years ago that then I had to start accepting things like Patreon. And then it wasn't even until years later when I became an interactive streamer that I ever took a super chat or bits or a paid subscription or a tip. Never. It was all about ad revenue on YouTube. And it all went away because of those fuckers, you know? Of course, you can't appease people who have a financial bias and a vested interest. You're absolutely right. It wouldn't matter. Like, I've already said this. Right now, okay, I could literally cure cancer, save 5 babies from a burning building, and then as aliens landed on the Earth and started storming the Earth with weapons, if I ran and I beat the shit out of all of them, I kicked them back on their fucking flying saucer, kicked it into the stratosphere, and it blew up, and I saved the planet, right? I could do all of that, and the detractors would be like, did you hear how many times he snorted on stream today? What an awful person. So it doesn't matter what I say or do. I'm never going to appease those people. That's why I'm happy that I have a new public perception from a new group of people willing to give me a shot. Thank you for that. If you haven't noticed, I'm feeling a little better today. I do still have the tickle in my throat, but it's not bothering me nearly as much. So actually, I'm not having to like constantly clear my throat and everything today, and it's feeling a lot better. And that's true too. Lemon Jello says, I'll never understand going after someone's family. It's truly sickening. There's one thing if you're going to go after me. You know, I'm the guy who sits here on a camera, broadcasts to the world every day. Go after me. Go after my looks. Go after my mannerisms. Go after my content. These people have gone behind the scenes and harassed my viewers, my moderators, people who have just had previous association with me who have nothing to do with me anymore, and even my family members who I have actual no association with. They've gone after people who, you know, either myself or my wife haven't talked to in decades. They've actually tracked these people down and harassed them. For what? That's what I mean. Like, to them, nothing is off limits. Everything is content to be milked for profits. I want you to think how sick that is. Anything is content to be milked for profits. Even if they're not involved whatsoever in the thing that you don't like, it doesn't matter. Just go for it because they feel like they're completely immune. They feel like because they're on the internet making content, it's just completely immune to criticism. It's insane, right? It's absolutely insane. That's true too. Cypress TV says they act like you addressing them is a win. No. Addressing this is an L for them. You're losers. Every one of you is a fucking no-life loser. All of you are wasting your lives away. I'm sitting here living life to the fullest, enjoying my life, making money, having fun with a great audience every day, a great family life. You're the one sitting at home seething like a fucking life loser. Not me. Me talking about you shouldn't be the highlight of your day. You should be embarrassed. You should be crying. You should be seething. You should go speak to professionals about your behavior. You are a fucking waste of life if you sit there on the internet hating on someone all day. I'm the winner here, not you, stupid. How don't you understand that? Oh, excuse me. Woo. I'm finally glad other people are saying this kind of stuff. Someone, I think it was Daniel, just said, it doesn't make sense to be watching all of someone's content all in one day just to make fun of them. It's mental illness. I mean, yeah, it is. Do you sit around, like, let's say, for example, you really just don't like Justin Bieber. I know that's a name that no one messages or mentions anymore, but I feel like it's pretty innocuous. I can mention it now. It's not a big deal. Let's say you absolutely hate Justin Bieber, right? You really piss him off, all right? You hate his music. You hate his behavior. You hate him. Do you hate watch him? Do you literally stalk the internet for every piece of content about him to find out what he did today, to find out what his music is? Do you leave hate comments on every video he's ever had and thumb it down? Do you go to concerts to fucking heckle him from the audience? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's insane behavior. If you don't like someone, you ignore them and you move on and you focus on things in life you do like. But what these people have found out is they have focused on a toxic backwards mentality that if they hate something together with other people who are also life losers, all right, they now have a community of losers. And the losers latch onto each other. They create like a chain of losers. And they just continuously think that what they're doing is worth their time and effort. And everyone else now are looking at them and saying, wow, what a bunch of losers. Because that's the thing. They never had the light on them before. Now they do. And now people are looking at it like, oh my God, what a bunch of fucking losers. I can't believe these people thought that they had any value with what they were doing, right? By the way, if you guys haven't noticed, yes, the sock accounts have come in. There's a ton of sock accounts in here today. And now they're like sneak saying insulting things, so I'll just snipe those fuckers out of the chat when I get a chance, okay? No, members' goals we're never going to bring back, and there's two reasons for that. Reason number one is because when I had members' goals, okay, it was good because you always have something to work toward, right? When you have a member goal for your channel, like I know, for example, the Kino Casino guys, every night have a new goal for I think they call them subscriptions over there. Subs. They're paid subs. Here, they're not paid subs. They're free subs, but members are paid. I know it's all confusing because all these different places call something fucking different. It's good to have something to work towards. And it motivates people to say, hey, we want to hit that goal. It helps these streamers that we like. And then they work towards it, right? But I don't want people to think the only reason I'm here is to hit a goal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm here to make content. I'm here to enjoy my time with you guys. That's primarily why I'm here, okay? And so therefore, I don't want to make it all about that. In addition, we were actually basing entire events and things off of goals, and I stopped doing that last year. I felt like it makes more sense to just do an event just for the hell of doing it and have fun, rather than saying, oh, I withhold this event, and I refuse to do an event unless we hit a goal. I kind of don't want to do that anymore. I'd rather just say, hey, things are good. Thank you so much for supporting me. Let's just do an event. So that's number one. And of course, number two, YouTube still has not plugged the problem. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Many of you who are newcomers to my channel may not know this, but YouTube has a major problem with memberships and just contributions in general of any kind. What happens is people found a loophole where you could use a VPN and you could say you're from another country, particularly the country that they're using is Argentina, where the exchange rates and everything are weirdly low. If you live in Argentina right now and you were to buy a membership on a YouTube channel, you would only pay a few like cents in USD for some reason. They made it so that the conversion rates are way, way, way low. So what happens is trolls will go to your channel and they'll drop a 50 member bomb for like 25 cents. And so you get nothing. You get like a few pennies out of it. You're like, wow. But yet everyone just got a membership. So, for example, taking a look right now at the history of my memberships, okay? So, at one point, we had over 3,000 paid memberships on this channel. And literally, 2,500 of them were fake Argentinian memberships. So I probably made $5 from all of that. That's how messed up it is. So what's the point of having a goal to hit if every day the trolls could just come by and say, well, I'll drop $2 and gift him 1,000 members and now he hit his goal, right? the good news is they've stopped doing it because I think they realize it doesn't affect anything. That I've been doing so well recently and everything, so they stopped doing it, and all those gifted memberships have pretty much expired. We're back down to around the level we used to be at. This channel was always at a level of around like anywhere from 600 to 800 members, and right now we're somewhere in the 700 range. Okay, but I don't need to really do that, and the thing is, it's just going to give them more ammo if I do that. In fact, oh wow. So get that. Just listen to this, okay? This month, I went from over 1,000 members, it was like 1,500 members, down to around 700, yet the profits that I'm making on memberships have gone up by 14%. Why? Because you guys from Kino Casino, the new viewers, have come over and gifted memberships that are legit. So I'm actually making profit on memberships again. So I actually made more money this month with less members. See? So I don't want to do member goals for now. Maybe eventually I would bring them back, but the way I see it, because it just brings up potential for trolling, I don't want to... You already got rid of that one problem. You don't want to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, though. I know, because you guys are very generous. You guys from Kino Casino are very generous. I know every night when you're over there watching the Kino Casino guys, and they're like, let's hit a sub goal. You guys do it almost every night, right? Almost every night is hit. Crazy.
Typically helps me more than anything.